everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, if you didn't see my Instagram post, you won't really understand. But I created a personality test because I feel I have the sixth sense to read people. Tell them who they are based on their answers to this quiz, exactly this test. I'm gonna categorize you, tell you what this means. We're going to go through one by one each person, but I'm just going to insert a screenshot of their answer so I don't have to go through and read everybody's answers. But we're starting with Rachel, because Rachel, or shall I say, she put her name in as Smacho because this girl used to call her Smacho. She liked Rachel a lot better than me, it was obvious. Anyways, so here is a screenshot of Rachel's answers. So after quickly glancing at Rachel's answers, I'll tell Rachel Smacho rather, she is a 6'4" NJ, which means she's cautious, trepidatious, but doesn't stop her. It doesn't stop her. I know she's a 6'4" NJ because of specifically a few answers. She answered that she does walk on her tiptoes outside. That tells me something about everyone. They're cautious. She believes she's the earth rather than water, air, or fire. That means she's grounded, but cautious because of the toes. I also know this from her Shawn Mendes answer. Write a sentence about how this lyric makes you feel. If you leave it blank, I interpret it as hate. And now that I'm without your kisses, I'll be needing stitches. Rachel's answer, it makes me feel warm but scared and sad. Like the feeling of it being Sunday in middle school and dreading school the next day. I know she's already thinking about the next day. So she's cautious, trepidatious, but it doesn't stop her. She's still going to school. I had to hop on again really quick because I forgot to mention that this here showcases the depth of Rachel's thought and soul. She was thinking past Shawn. A lot of people didn't see past him. They just were like Shawn Mendes. But Rachel pulled past experience. And okay, here comes back to the 6'4" NJ. She chose backspace over delete. Delete feels so much more permanent than backspace, doesn't it? It feels like, oh, it's gone. Backspace is like, let me just take that away for now. Who knows? That's all you need to know, that she's a 6'4" NJ. The other answers contribute as well. Periwinkle energy is really 6'4" NJ. And so, we can't spend much more time on Smacho. So we're gonna go on to Grace. Let me dissect her answers quickly. Okay. So after dissecting Grace's answers, she's not a 6'4" NJ like Smacho, but she has some of the same qualities. For instance, she tiptoes. She counts on her fingers, so did Smacho. That is another 6'4" NJ kind of quality, but Smacho didn't sing in the shower. Grace does. Grace also believes her energy is a neon lime green, which tells me she's bold. She chose pizza over sushi, bold. Like sushi is bold in its own way, but it's palatable food. And pizza's just like in your face. Now, I'll tell you what, Grace is a 9'6", 24 NJ 35. And the basic characteristics of this personality is they're very caring but bold. This personality type is the most like a dog. But let me tell you Grace's answer to the Shawn Mendes quote, and now that I'm without your kisses, I'll be needing stitches. She wrote, love heals all wounds with a little heart. Now, the best part about this is that we know Grace is caring because of her air sign. She identifies as air. But we also know that she's so bold from her lime green. But this quote right here tells you that Grace is 9'6", 24 NJ 35. Because she could have meant this very sarcastically, but we don't know. And that's the best part of all this, because it is the sarcasm and the caring qualities coming together. We love it. Moving on to Brielle. Let me dissect her answers. Insert screenshot. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I already know what Brielle's is. She's a 12-15. No letters involved in her personality type because they're unnecessary. She's straight to the point. I know part of this is because she answered delete over backspace. However, she also doesn't count on her fingers. No road rage. She likes mayonnaise, no hesitation there. Now, I will say, mayonnaise is such an embarrassing thing to like. We all know this. I just know she clicked that button without thinking. She was like, yeah, I like mayonnaise, and I don't care who knows. What also tells me she's a 12-15 is that she wrote to the Shawn Mendes quote, Camila Cabello is an enemy of the state. She's not afraid of Camila. See, this question has so much power behind it, and Camila could come at any second. I want to recognize the power in this personality type. They're very powerful, strong. They don't care. They just don't care. Brielle's, this threw me off a bit though. Brielle's energy is green, and she chose Earth as her identifier. Those kind of clash with the 12-16. However, I just think the other answers overpower that. The green and the Earth make me feel like you are one. You are one with the universe. And 12-15s are just like, they just don't care about the universe. They're not here for the universe. They're just here. So, you can let me know if you identify with that, Brielle. Number 4, we got Anna. Let me dissect her answers. Anna's is so clear. Her personality type is BBNSF. BBNSF. And it's because all of her answers actually follow the same line. She is very positive. She has a bright energy. She says it's either a yellow or blue, can't decide. She chose her identifier as water. She is water, which means she flows. She flows with the energy of the world. And that is great that she's yellow because sometimes when we get some dark energy flowing with the energy of the world, it gets mixed and we can't fight off the dark when we need the light. So we've got light and the water, and it's just all flowing with the power of the universe. She cares about how her home is decorated, which makes total sense for this personality type. They are happy, thoughtful, charismatic, and something that completely identified that she was a BBNSF is her answer to the Shawn Mendes. And when I'm without your kisses, I'll be needing stitches. She says, it makes me feel like I need to help someone somehow. There's personality types wants to help, but that doesn't mean that they can't have their moment. They are mostly just like little flowers, and she chose flower over tree and plant. So we're very proud to have your energy in the world, Anna. We're going to dissect Mr. Wilde's now. Okay, Mr. Wilde's throwing me for a bit of a loop. I had to do some research on Mr. Wilde, not him himself, but some things he said. I think I need to talk through this one to fully identify his personality type, so let me let this out. So he chose water as his identifier. It flows with the energy of the universe. Something that stuck out to me. Mr. Wilde's the first to say no to mayonnaise. Now, Mr. Wilde, we're wondering if it's because you're embarrassed of the condiment, or if you genuinely don't like mayonnaise. Another thing that fully stuck out to me with Mr. Wilde is that his answer to the Shawn Mendes question was derivative, period. I asked for a full sentence. So he likes to bend the rules. We know that about Mr. Wilde. I also had to research the definition of derivative, and it means imitative of the work of another person and usually disapproved of for that reason. So doesn't like Sean. He has issues with Sean and this lyric. We'll just say Mr. Wilde doesn't approve in one word. And that's powerful, Mr. Wilde. So, also, Mr. Wilde's the first to say that number 8 is cooler than number 9. He's not afraid of evens. Oh, and his energy is lavender. With all that being said, I think Mr. Wilde is a JJJ6NJ. JJJ6NJ. And let me tell you why. He has a metal foot. I think that he'd step on the gas. And all gas, no brakes for Mr. Wilde. However, when it comes to a certain moment, he'll crawl into himself and be like, shoot, no, we need to take a step, we need to take a breath. That's the lavender in him. That's the water aflow with the universe energy. But we know he puts his metal foot down to mayonnaise, and that just all makes sense for this personality type. So we're on to Alyssa. I think that usually when I'm dissecting personalities, I like to know their identifier first. That's what we call the water, air, fire, earth. And Alyssa chose fire. This means passion, this means power, this means there's a lot in their system that they're about to erupt sometimes. That doesn't mean anger. This does not mean anger. This means power. And she doesn't care about how her home is decorated. So that tells me a whole lot. She chills in her home. She chills, but she doesn't need to stare at anything. She can crawl inside her mind. This tells me her mind is more powerful than frames. This does not mean that Alyssa isn't soft, because she has periwinkle energy. Very soft energy. But that doesn't mean she can't be passionate. This all falls into a certain personality type that I'm going to get to in a second. She chose delete over backspace, also powerful. Tiptoeing around outside. The Shawn Mendes lyric made her, quote, uncomfy, one word, straight to the point, but she's uncomfortable. Alyssa is uncomfortable, but that means it's a powerful discomfort because of the fire. And she likes mayonnaise, so she loves mayonnaise. We know she loves mayonnaise because she's a fire, and she said yes to mayonnaise. And she's got tree vibes. This definitely means that Alyssa is an SS personality type. They're rare. They're rare personality types. Very soft, very hard at the same time. Angie's next. Angie put a smiley face next to her name. That tells me something already, but let me dissect her answers. I'll tell you what, Angie's just a little bit off of Alyssa. She's an ST. Just the next letter in the alphabet. Because she's got the soft vibes. More soft vibes than Alyssa. More soft. But a lot of passion behind her softness because she is a fire. Let's get into some of her answers. When people choose 8, I know they're softer. I just know it. The evens are softer than the odds. And 8 is a very loving number in comparison to 9. 9's sharp. They are the knife while 8 is the spoon. Angie tiptoes. She likes the sun. Her energy is matcha or pink. Those are just we got kind of pastel-y vibes. And she's a plant over a tree. She doesn't sing in the shower if people can hear her. This was a big identifier in me understanding that she was an ST. Her answer to the Sean, when I'm without your kisses, I'll be needing stitches, was we stand Sean, heart. All in lowercase. So soft, so cute. Honestly, this is just so obvious to me. ST. So cute, so soft. But still passionate and powerful. SG. We got the name SG next. Okay. Holy cow, SG. I've never met this personality type, but I know what you are. We'll get into it. Let me talk through some of your answers. They identify as air. SG doesn't count on their fingers. They don't shower daily. They don't walk on their tiptoes outside. Energy is orange. Oh, and let me read their answer to the Sean really quick. Those lyrics have been seared into my brain because of how many times that song has been played on the radio, but other than that, they seem pretty unremarkable. They just don't do it for me. SG doesn't like mayonnaise either. Okay, SG is one of the strongest personality types you can have. They're very set in their ways. They know what they want. They honestly, I feel with SG, in her personality type, I can't say for SG specifically, but they are really bad at hearing no. SG, I'm sorry. The one thing that holds me, that I would take back with that statement, is that SG is an air. And airs typically tend to flow, you know? They tend to just like take up the space of their environment. Airs go with the flow. But SG, the rest of her answers really go against air. So I guess the combo of them both could make her a different personality. Let me just rack my brain for a second. Okay, yeah, this is very obvious to me. SG is an XKY34. That's the traits that go into that personality type. SG is a prime example. Gibby is up next. That's my other sister. So let me get into this. Another very obvious personality type here, we got fire identifier, and the rest of her answers really coincide with fire. Gibby's very sure in her answers. Delete, they do tiptoe outside though, that's a thing, but they're not embarrassed of it. Black is energy. See, this is a very important thing to point out. Gibby would have problems if she identified as water. Flow of the universe and the mix of her energy would probably be a little scary. She loves mayonnaise. She loves it. Something that also backs up this personality type is her answer to the Sean question. She wrote, get hit, B word. Just straight to the point. She sings in the shower, even if people can hear her. Likes 9 better. That means knives. Knives. 9 means knives. 8 is spoon. So yeah, it's obvious that Gabby is a PPP. A PPP. And she's proud of it. I bet she's proud of a PPP. She's powerful, strong, really sure of herself, not afraid to share her opinion. And she's passionate about that opinion. Next we got Cassidy. Oh my gosh! Cassidy! I need to talk through Cassidy's because she's throwing me for a loop. But I'm really excited about figuring her out. The first thing that we need to talk about is she's Earth. Grounded, knows herself really well. And that's why going up to the energy, her energy, she says, ooh, like she's excited about it. Ooh, orange or yellow on a good day, teal on a bad day. That means she's got shifting energies, and I love that she identified those. She likes the rain, frog vibes. She doesn't tiptoe outside. That is the grounded part in her. She does count on her fingers. With the different variations in color of her energy, that means she can shift a bit. There are personality types that can shift from one personality type to another. I think Cassie falls into this category. Because she's so sure of herself, but also not. 9 and knives. She's got a knives vibe. Something that I loved her answer to Sean's lyric. And now I'm without your kisses, I'll be needing stitches. She wrote, Sean should fight me with his words and not his fists. Now, let's talk about this. I didn't dissect Sean's lyric like this ever before. And now that I'm without your kisses, I'll be needing stitches. How did Sean need stitches without kisses? And Cassidy has a theory behind it. That means she's a deep thinker. She really thought that one through. She cares about how her home is decorated. She thinks things through. We know this about Cassidy now. And we know she can shift her personalities. So she shifts from, she's got the really sure of herself XNJF, Cassidy vibes. But she can shift to an LLTW. That's like the counting on your fingers vibes. She's like, oh, let me make sure. But the other side of Cassidy is like, yup, no question. Oh, and she's also a flower. That's a part of her shift, because I would have guessed she's a tree, but that's like a part of the shift. On to Neil. Means no funny business. I know this from many things. He is a fire. Oh my god. He doesn't mean any funny business. You want to know why I know this? It's his answer to the Sean lyric. And now that I'm without your kisses, I'll be needing stitches. He wrote, I don't like it. Nothing else to be said for Neil. Neil does not care to give thought to things he doesn't care about. Makes total sense. Some people will stress about those things, but Neil's personality type, no. 9 knives, yes. We know that Neil's a bit of a character, and that is from his temperature, his favorite temperature. He wrote 69, and I know this is not because of his preference of the temperature, it's for the joke. So he's a goof. He's tree vibes. Trees don't mean funny business. They plant their roots. They're just like, this is where I stand. Nobody's messing with me. He likes the sun. He wants to grow. We know Neil just like wants to prosper, but he'll still tiptoe. He's still on his toes out here in this world. He'll give you his answer, and he won't. And he'll delete instead of backspace. Ultimately, this all coincides with W324. It's mostly numbers because of his desire to thrive, prosper, and plant his roots. We know that numbers have roots, square roots and such. That's why there's mostly numbers in this. Okay, now we have Allison, Gabby's Allison, because I have a friend named Allison, and Gabby has a friend named Allison, my older sister Gabby. Gabby's Allison is still one of my Allisons. Let me dissect. This one is another quite obvious one to me. We've got a fire in the mix, but something that I must point out immediately is her answer to what color she believes her energy to be. She wrote iridescent. That means she is not limited. She is allowing herself to thrive in any energy. She's also sure of herself, as she does not tiptoe outside. She likes to have range in her environment. For example, she answers what temperature is her favorite. She gave me 52 to 72. And she also has the range in her energy. We love to know that Allison believes in getting help when you need it. I know this because her answer to the Sean question is go to therapy. That means Allison really promotes therapy and getting help when you need it. So Sean, if this is something you need, Allison recommends or suggests it. Rain vibes. Allison's not afraid to show her emotions either, and she has a range of them. I feel all of this is Allison has range. Allison is range. She can be sad, and she'll let herself be sad. And when fire is mixed with emotion, it means that there is a lot packed in. There are flames, and there is rain, and there is everything in between. We got hurricanes, tsunamis, everything inside of Allison. And it's her decision when she wants to let it out. And if she needs help in those moments, she's not afraid to ask for it. So yeah, Allison honestly doesn't limit herself, and she's passionate in every aspect. It's so obvious. Allison is a gaga. A lot of times they don't fold out to make words, but Allison is a gaga and a G-A-G-A, but we say gaga. Okay, next up we have Ash. Let me dissect. Oh my god. This all points to one personality type. Ash, I've never been more sure of anybody that I've gone through so far. Ash flows with the energy of the world, of the universe. She is the water. But, oh my god, I have to go through some of these answers that were all in a row. Ash is the most level person there is. They want it to be bright and fun outside, but they don't need it to be, I feel. Because they don't need to count on their fingers. They're sure of their mind. They don't have road rage. They can just control their temperament. They like number 8. They don't need the sharpness of the knife. They don't need that edge because they have it within themselves. They know themselves very well. Ash knows themselves. And another thing that backs up my point that I know exactly who Ash is her answer to Sean's lyric. I don't feel much about it. They don't need to dissect the lyric. They're just like, it's fine. That's a spoon vibes. Spoon vibes and 8 vibes. Total, don't have to count on my finger. I just know. I don't really feel much about it vibes. Energy. This is the one part that I'm like, I don't know. It's throwing me for a loop. They believe their energy is pink. Now, I just need a specification of what kind of pink. Because if it's a softer pink, I guess that makes more sense. But I would have thought you were green. I just had this green vibes coming from you, Ash. Ash is just very chill. Chill vibes. I love it. They like sushi too. So, and mayonnaise, funny. Okay, that's embarrassing. I like mayonnaise, but it is embarrassing. Oh, Ash is just a CCBB. CCBB. Just characterized by chillness. They just flow with the universe. Okay. Number 14, Bumba Jones. This is my boyfriend. Let's go through his answers. It's important to first discuss how he believes his energy is orange. Orange tells me a lot. It tells me that you aren't afraid of a lot. And so does 9. 9 and orange give off the same vibes. 9 mean knives means orange. 9 means knives means orange. All synonyms. I know that he is a risk taker. He takes risks, but he's still grounded because he's earth vibes. That means he's chill risk taker. And he doesn't care how his home is decorated, which also backs up these points. Let's read his answer to Sean. He says, like I'm stuck in an elevator but have nowhere to be, so I'm not really that mad, but a bit impatient and annoyed. That's such orange energy, 9 knives vibes. That reaction is very earth, but also shows off his orange energy. Let me get into why. Many people being stuck in an elevator would freak out, be scared, so impatient and annoyed that they'd be throwing a fit. But this chill, like, this is annoying, like, but I don't have anywhere to go. And especially relating that to when I'm without your kisses, I'll be needing stitches. Oftentimes when people need stitches, it is a very chaotic, nervous feeling. But Johnny identifies that as impatient, annoyed, just getting stitches. Risk taker orange. That's what this is. That definitely tells me that Johnny is XT888. That is the risk taker personality type. That's so cute. Now we have Ella. Okay, this is all also very obvious to me with Ella's personality type. She is a water, so she flows with the universe, and she's a bright spirit. Very enthusiastic about life, energetic, optimistic. But she has edge, that's the thing. She comes off as a very flowery soul. She even chose flower as her tree plant flower and yellow energy, but she has a sharpness to her. This is shown to me. She chose 9 as her number. She chose delete instead of backspace. She believes in mayo, but she has the softness of a butterfly as well, because her answer to the Shawn Mendes question is, Shawn Mendes, I love Benito Skinner's impersonation of him so much. It's surprisingly accurate, which I find disturbing. There's just like so much, like the way she worded her answer is energetic and happy. So we know that Ella is beauty, grace, but also she'll take the hedge trimmers and cut her own hair with them. 13 CB. 13 CB. The 13 definitely shows the edge, but the CB's like ee. Okay, now we're on to Allison. My Allison. Not that other Allison isn't also my Allison. I'll take all the Allisons. What I can tell you about Allison is she chose Earth as her identifier. This means she's grounded. She also chose plant and chartreuse as her energy. This all points to her being one with the world and energies of the world. She also chose rain, which means that she's proud of the world's ability to emote. And she is so connected to the earth that she's not afraid to fully dive in, let her feet soak in the dirt, because she doesn't tiptoe outside. It all points to one personality type, but she has her own little quirks, like she backspaces instead of delete, and you'd expect her to delete. She doesn't sing in the shower if people can hear her. Aw, cute. This all tells me that Allison's one of those people that Allison can tell you a truth, straightforward, to the point, but then she can also let out a really fun laugh. Sean's lyric, she says, I feel that the forced rhyme is kind of annoying. Also, Stitches is serious stuff. So she's not giving Sean a break here. She's like, that lyric just isn't logical. So we know that Allison has the logic, she has the spiritual vibes, and she is one with the earth. Man, I've been talking a lot. So Allison definitely points to the personality Gigi Hadid. And let me tell you, it's not anything like Gigi Hadid. Gigi Hadid has an opposite personality type of Allison, but that's just how it rolled out. It makes a lot of sense for chartreuse energies to be Gigi Hadid's. Next up we have Julia. Let me dissect. Oh my god. Back when I think it was SG or someone that I said I was the most sure about, I've never been more sure about a person in my life. We're starting with the identifier, Julia is fire. Now let me climb my way back up to the top of this list. She is red energy. That's just what you think of when you think of fire. Reds, oranges, and Julia is just going hand in hand with all of her answers. She's just a bold chica. She chose snow. That is just so powerful in itself. It basically just shows that Julia's fearless. She chose delete. She's just sure of herself. She's bold. She's not afraid to say what she feels. She doesn't even count on her fingers. Julia's got the 9 knives vibes. If you don't understand what I'm saying there, it's just that 9 is equivalent to knives in the kitchen. Her answer to Sean's question just fully reiterates everything I've said. She says, it's very manipulative. I'm not a fan. When I'm with Higher Kisses, I'll be needing stitches. She's looking out for this other girl. She's looking out for this person Sean's singing to. So Julia is a warrior. We've got a warrior on her hands she's passionate about mayonnaise. Julia, it's no question to me that you are a 6-6V. 6-6V. It's just a very powerful, bold personality type, and probably it could be scary if in the wrong hands. I'm thinking you're using it in the right way. We've got a couple more. We got Mac. Let me dissect Mac. with the energy of the universe. She is a water. So let me tell you something that coincides with that. She is a flower. So I'll just go ahead and fill you in on everything soft about Mac, because we got a lot of soft energy in the atmosphere. Mac, rat vibes, rain. She's one with the world's ability to have feelings. Mac counts on her fingers. She just doesn't sing in the shower. She's like, no, not for me. Mac just doesn't care about how her home's decorated. Totally water of her, just flowing with the world. But let's get into some things that show that Mac is far off from only soft energy. She's got a lot of power in her stance. Has a burnt orange energy. That's so different from so many people. It shows that Mac cradles the world in the palm of her hand. She is looking at it like, I can hold you because I'm not strong, but I'm going to nurture you. That's who Mac is, based on her answers. She's just willing to barefooted outside, no tiptoes, and she does have road rage. So she's just like, she's still got the spice in her, even though she likes the number 8 more than 9. Now let me tell you her answer to Sean here. Unrealistic. You're not getting stitches from kissing anyone. She's like, Sean, take a little melatonin, Sean, and head to bed. I think that Mac is a beautiful flower nurturer queen, but she's got a little flavor. So, Mac, you're definitely 000 NF. It just shows that you have a duality to you of nurturer, soft vibes, and I'm not afraid to bite back. And this is our last one, Wookus. Wookus, let me dissect. Oh my god, I've gotten 2 answers in, and I know something very specific about Wookus. Wookus. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you that he's an Earth identifier, but this is not the strongest thing for me. Like, usually that is the thing that identifies your personality, like, type, and then there's like little things that jump in. But Wookus's energy is indigo. Indigo is probably the most powerful energy you could have. It is the energy of the creatives, of the people who think beyond the boundaries. They don't see boundaries. Wookus also chose snow, which tells me he's bold, and delete tells me he's bold. I just know that Wookus has very creative energy in him. 9 knives. He sings in the shower, even if people hear him, so we got the bold creative here. Wookus also is grounded though. And he will remind you that Sean's lyric just makes him think of middle school years. Like, Wookus dreams a lot. Like, he has vivid dreams while he's sleeping, and he drifts off into the world of dreams while he's awake. And Wookus doesn't like mayonnaise. And it just can't be because he really doesn't like it. Because he's not embarrassed. Wookus doesn't get embarrassed like that. So, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that Wookus is 3 ellipses. You never know what's coming with Wookus. That's his personality type, 3 ellipses. So, I hope everybody enjoyed the videos. It's definitely going to be multiple because it's so long. It has been really fun dissecting everyone's personalities, and I love you all.